की वजह से जो कार्बन फुटप्रिंट की बात हो रही थी, और जितने भी जो विकसित देश हैं उन सब में कार्बन फुटप्रिंट की अगर आप देखें पर कैपिटा, पर पर्सन, पर ईयर प्रोडक्शन, तो वो 14, 15, 16 इस तरीके से है। और भारत की आज भी कार्बन फुटप्रिंट जो कंट्रीब्यूट करता है पूरे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एमिशंस को, वो 1.89 है। इट्स बिग डिफरेंस। और बिग डिफरेंस कहाँ पर है? नॉट नाउ बिकॉज ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, उसको तो बहुत हद तक हमने कंट्रोल कर लिया है बिकॉज ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ न्यूअर टेक्नोलॉजीज। परेशानी कहाँ है? यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज। और कैसे रिसोर्सेज का यूटिलाइजेशन? बेसिकली दोहन जिसे कहते हैं हम, अननेसेसरीली यूटिलाइजेशन, ओवर यूटिलाइजेशन रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है उस तरीके की। और इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा कितने सारे प्रोग्राम गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के आजकल, हम IKS की बात करते हैं, इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम की बात करते हैं, हम उन्हीं पुरानी परंपराओं की बात करते हैं कि वो पुरानी परंपराएं अपने आप को, हमें अपने को उसी जीवन में ढालने की बात करते हैं। क्यों करते हैं? सिंपल लाइफ, उन्हीं रिसोर्सेज में रहकर हम लोग यहाँ पर जितने भी, चाहे वो हेल्थ केयर हो, आयुर्वेद की बात करें, मिलेट्स की बात करें, तो आप देखेंगे अगर इन सब चीज़ों को आप पुरानी परंपराओं को, जो जीवन की परंपराएं थी, जीवन शैली थी, जो पुरानी जीवन शैली थी, उससे आपके 1.89 भी रिड्यूस होकर 0.00 में चले जाएंगे। तो ये नॉलेज सिस्टम जो भारत के पास है और उसका अपना है, इसी भूमि से वो अराइज्ड है और यहीं उसको यूटिलाइज करना है, यहीं उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना है। तो कितना सुखप्रद होगा वो समय कि जब पूरा भारतवर्ष सारे विकसित होगा, जब पूरा भारतवर्ष विकसित होगा 2047 में, और हम अपना गर्व के साथ कह सकेंगे कि हमने ना पर्यावरण को दूषित होने दिया, ना कार्बन एमिशंस, कार्बन फुटप्रिंट को परिवर्तित होने दिया, बढ़ने दिया, और उसके साथ अपने सतत प्रयासों से हम विकसित होकर हमने अपने आप को दिखाया है। सिर्फ ध्यान रखना है अपनी उन्हीं परंपराओं का, उसी जीवन शैली का, जो जीवन शैली हम लोगों को बताती है हमारे एंशिएंट लिटरेचर, एंशिएंट ग्रंथ हमें जो बताते हैं। मैं मानता हूँ आज के इस जीवन में बड़ा मुश्किल है, बहुत मुश्किल है कहना और उसको अपने आप में ढालना, दोनों बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस आ चुका है। लेकिन छोटी छोटी चेंजेस हैं, छोटे छोटे परिवर्तन आप अपने जीवन में लाएंगे। एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का। आपके इसी महाविद्यालय से आपके सारे क्लासरूम्स एयर कंडीशनड हैं। सर हमारा पूरा कॉलेज एयर कंडीशनड है, सारे क्लासरूम स्मार्ट रूम्स हैं। जब ये सोचा गया, इस पर विचार किया गया कि सारे क्लासरूम्स अगर एयर कंडीशन होंगे तो पावर तो चाहिए, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का क्या होगा? तो उस टाइम पर विचार आया, 2 साल से हम इस पर प्रयासरत थे कि हम पूरे कॉलेज को एयर कंडीशन करेंगे, लेकिन हमने उसे डिले किया। क्यों डिले किया? कि पहले हमने सोचा कि वो सोलर एनर्जी का पावर पहले यहाँ पर अगर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट चाहिए और एक एग्जाम्पल अगर कॉलेज को सेट करना है, तो सबसे पहले उस पावर जो चाहिए इसके लिए कम से कम उसकी पूर्ति कुछ हद तक कॉलेज कर पाए। और 130 किलोवाट का सोलर पावर प्लांट, जो रूफटॉप पावर प्लांट है, पहले उसे लगाया गया और उसके बाद में आपका एयर कंडीशनिंग की गई पूरे कॉलेज की। ये एक एग्जाम्पल है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का, कि जो भी कोई आप ऐसा विचार करें कि जहाँ पर आपको ये लगे कि हाँ यहाँ पर हमारा पर्यावरण, ये यहाँ पर हमारी इस तरह की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी, उससे पहले आप सभी लोग, कोई CEO होगा, कोई वाइस प्रेसिडेंट होगा, कोई CA होगा, कोई प्रशासनिक भूमिका निभा रहा होगा, तो सोचिएगा कि जब भी ऐसा विचार मन में आए कि हाँ इसमें अगर कहीं पर्यावरण को कहीं नुकसान होने वाला है, तो उससे पहले अपने दिमाग में ठान लें कि हाँ इसको पहले हम ये करेंगे और उसके बाद में उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे। एक दूसरा एग्जाम्पल इसी कॉलेज का मैं बताता हूँ। 2007 और 2010 के बीच में इस पूरे इलाके में दिल्ली जल बोर्ड की पानी की बहुत भारी परेशानी हो गई थी। पानी आना कॉलेज में ऑलमोस्ट बंद हो गया था। और उस टाइम पर जब हमने देखा, हम यूज़ कर रहे थे ग्राउंड वाटर धीरे धीरे करके रिसीड डिप्लीट होता चला जा रहा था। और ईश्वर की कृपा से उसी टाइम हमारा जियोलॉजी विभाग यहाँ पर स्थापित हुआ। उन्होंने यहाँ के एरिया का रेसिस्टिविटी सर्वे होता है, वाटर रेसिस्टिविटी सर्वे, जो ये पता लगाता है कि वाटर का फ्लो ग्राउंड में किस तरफ है, क्या वाटर टेबल है, ये सब पता चलता है। उन्होंने वाटर रेसिस्टिविटी सर्वे किया, वो कंटूर लाइंस स्टडी की, उन एरिया उस पॉइंट को आइडेंटिफाई किया जहाँ पर मैक्सिमम फ्लो वाटर का होता है वंस इट परकोलेट्स, और वहीं पर रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग के पिट हमने वहाँ पर जनरेट स्टेब्लिश किए। 2 साल के अंदर आज भी कॉलेज को ग्राउंड वाटर से पानी लेता है और आज भी उसको ज़रूरत नहीं है। उसकी वाटर टेबल डेली हर बार बढ़ती ही है, वो कम नहीं होती। तो ये दूसरा एग्जाम्पल सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का है कि कैसे आप उसको सस्टेन कर सकते हैं। तीसरा एग्जाम्पल, कॉलेज एक भी बूंद पानी की वेस्ट नहीं करता। जब ग्राउंड वाटर हम यूज़ करते हैं तो हमें आरओ की रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस प्लांट भी लगाना होता है। उस रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस के प्लांट में 60% वाटर वेस्टेज होता है, 60% to 70%। अवॉइड करना मुश्किल है उसे। उस 60-70% का वाटर हम कलेक्ट करते हैं टैंक में, और वो वापस फिर जो है वॉशरूम्स में उसका सप्लाई होता है। पूरा की पूरा वाटर जो वैसे भी यूज़ होना था, उस रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस के प्लांट से जो वेस्ट वाटर आता है, वो पूरा वाटर आपका सारा सर्कुलेट होता है उसी कंडीशन में, उसी प्योरिटी के साथ आपके वॉशरूम्स में वो सारा की सारा वहाँ सप्लाई करते हैं। वी हैव ब्रॉट द ज़ीरो वेस्टेज रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस प्लांट नाउ। कुछ ऐसे ये एग्जाम्पल मैं आपको इसलिए दे रहा हूँ कि जहाँ आप रहते हैं, चाहे आपका घर हो, चाहे आपकी कंपनी हो, चाहे आपका ऑफिस हो, वहाँ देखिए किन प्रयासों से आप इस सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का, और किन प्रयासों से आप वो रेसिलियंस, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट और इंक्लूसिविटी, पूरे यूनिवर्सिटी, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर ये सिर्फ अकेला कॉलेज है जो 1-2 प्रोग्राम चलाता है। डीएसटी का एक प्रोजेक्ट है इसके पास करोड़ रुपए का, जहाँ से हम लोग SC/ST कम्युनिटी के एम्पावरमेंट थ्रू टेक्नोलॉजी, राजस्थान में जयपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में निवाई तहसील है, वहाँ पर 10 गांवों में इस प्रोजेक्ट पर काम चल रहा है। हाउ टू एम्पावर, टू डेवलप ए मॉडल ऑफ दैट एरिया, फॉर दैट एरिया, टू एनहेंस और टू एम्पावर द SC and ST community of that area. This is funded by DST. दूसरा प्रोजेक्ट मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट, क्लाइमेट और फॉरेस्ट से मिला हुआ है। एक हम पूरा कर चुके हैं और दूसरा अभी चल रहा है, अबाउट 2 करोड़ रुपीस फॉर 3 years, और जिसको आपने भी कुछ उसको देखा होगा। पातिया एक क्लस्टर है अल्मोड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, कुछ कॉमर्स के बच्चे शायद गए भी हों वहाँ पर। तो वहाँ पर हम लोगों ने वो प्रोजेक्ट चलाया है फॉर द एम्पावरमेंट of those, and to produce a model, to develop a model for sustained empowerment, sustained economy of that area, sustainable economy. Otherwise प्रॉब्लम वहाँ की सबसे बड़ी है कि सब लोग गांवों को छोड़ते चले जा रहे हैं। How to stop that? How to enhance, how to empower them economically, those villagers? कॉलेज ने 5 विलेजेस को अडॉप्ट किया है। वहाँ पर होम स्टे उस प्रोजेक्ट में बनाए गए हैं, और आप सब जानते हैं ये एक पहली कंडीशन है कॉलेज की। अगर कहीं पर भी आप अपना एजुकेशनल टूर लेकर जाएंगे तो सबसे पहले अल्मोड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जो 5 विलेजेस हमने अडॉप्ट किए हैं, स्टूडेंट हैज़ टू गो देयर एंड डू 5 days 4 days सर्विस फॉर द स्कूल्स एंड फॉर द अवेयरनेस ऑफ द पब्लिक देयर, पॉपुलेशन देयर। ये इंक्लूसिविटी की एक एग्जाम्पल जो कॉलेज आपके सामने सेट करता है। तो ये थीम बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट थीम है, सभी के लिए है, विकसित भारत के लिए है। अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो विकसित भारत हो जाए, भारत विकसित, लेकिन जो सपने गांधी जी ने देखे थे विकसित भारत के, जो सपने अंबेडकर जी ने विकसित भारत के देखे थे, वो कभी भी ऐसे पूरे नहीं होंगे अगर हमने इन तीनों चीज़ों को छोड़ दिया। तो अपना माइंडसेट तय कर लें, अपने आप को पूरी तरीके से सशक्त बनाएं, सक्षम बनाएं कि कैसे आप भारतवर्ष को 2047 तक एक ऐसा विकसित भारत देंगे जहां पर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट भी होगा, वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट भी होगी, सर्वोदय होगा, जो गांधी जी का जो एक सपना था, पैरिटी की बात करते हैं, सब इक्वल होंगे। तो इस तरह का सपना आप लोगों को जो सबने देखा है, काफ़ी आपके ऊपर रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ हैं और मैं आशा करता हूँ इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के थ्रू आपको वो गाइडलाइंस, वो मार्गदर्शन अवश्य मिलेगा कि कैसे किस तरह का शोध कार्य विकसित भारत को बनाने में सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के साथ, इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट के साथ आप यहाँ हो रहा है। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आपका आभार।
Thank you so much, respected Principal Sir, for your inspiring and visionary address. Your words have not only motivated us, but have also beautifully set the tone for the deliberation and discussion that will follow in this conference. Your constant guidance and support have been instrumental in making this conference a reality. Now, it is my privilege to invite our conference convener, Mr. Rajendra Singh Sir, to kindly present the overview of the conference and highlight the objective and key themes of this 2 days international conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinav. A very warm good morning to all of you. It is my privilege to present an overview of the first international conference on sustainability, resilience and inclusive development being organized by the Department of Commerce, Ramlal Anand College, University of Delhi. About college, Abhinav has already been discussed and everything conveyed to you. And at the outset, I extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, Shrimati R. Vimala, Madam IS, Resident Commissioner, Maharashtra Southern, Government of Maharashtra. And our esteemed guest of honor, Professor R.K. Singh Sir. Welcome, sir. I, former Head and Dean of Faculty of Commerce and Business, University of Delhi, we are truly honored by your presence and guidance on this significant academic platform. This is today international conference being held on 9th and 10th April 2026, bringing together thoughts, leaders and participants from diverse domains. This conference has been conceptualized with a clear and timely objective is to bring together academician, researcher, policymaker, industry experts, and students to engage in meaningful dialogue and dialogue on the pressing environmental, economic, and social challenging of our time. In today's rapidly evolving global landscape, sustainability is no longer a choice, it is a necessity. Through this conference, we aim to foster action-oriented discussion, policy insights, and research-driven solutions that contribute to building resilient institutions and inclusive societies. One of the strengths of this conference is its international and interdisciplinary participation. We are proud to host speakers and delegates joining us from countries such as Russia, Germany, and Egypt. participating in both offline and online mode. This global engagement enriches our discussion and bring diverse perspective to the table. The conference is structured around four major thematic tracks covering areas such as sustainable finance, marketing, human resource management, and public policy. Each of these tracks is guided by domain experts from academic fields, ensuring high quality deliberations and scholarly engagement. We have received enthusiastic participation from researcher, scholar with insightful research paper contributing to academic and policy discourse. Selected paper will be considered for publication in reputed and Scopus Index Journal and awarded by the Best Paper Award at the end of this conference. This conference is not just an academic gathering, it is a platform for collaboration, innovation, and impact. It reflects our collective commitment to shaping a future that is sustainable, equitable, and resilient. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our respected principal, sir, for his constant support and guidance, as well as to the organizing team, faculty member, and all the stakeholders whose tireless efforts have made this conference possible. As we begin this intellectual journey over these 2 days, I encourage all participants to actively engage, exchange ideas, and contribute meaningfully to these discussions. With these words, I once again welcome you all and wish you a highly enriching and productive conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that comprehensive and insightful overview of the conference. Your words have given us a clear understanding of the vision, objective, and the academic significance of this 2 days international conference. Now, I take the honor to introduce our respected guest of honor, Professor R.K. Singh, sir. He is former head and dean, Faculty of Commerce and Business, Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi. Sir is a distinguished academician, researcher, and executive coach specializing in organizational behavior, HR development, and HR analytics. With over 100 plus research publication, multiple research grant, and vast experience in training professional, he has impacted thousands of students and professionals. He is also a prominent expert in environment and sustainability and the reviewer of the reputed journals. Now, I request everyone to welcome him with a warm round of applause. Sir.
Thank you so much. Honorable Principal of this college, Professor Gupta, convener of the first international conference, Dr. Rajinder Singh, co-convener, Dr. Preeti Singh, esteemed colleagues of this college, delegates joining from different geographies, and their students. My compliments to organizers for taking a very topical theme, sustainability, resilience, and inclusion for their debut international conference. That speaks very high about their thoughtfulness and on different aspects of the theme. The patron of this conference and your principal has already given several examples. For that also, the college in general and the principal in particular deserves a lot of compliments. And in order to sustainability to prevail, I request students either to be inside or stay outside. Teacher inside me will always come out. It's a matter of great pride and responsibility to stand before you today. Pride because I'm invited by you to share my off-the-cuff ideas on this theme of your first international conference. And responsibility because sustainability has become a very fashionable term, buzzword today. And no discussion, whatever is the platform, whatever is the discourse, and whatever is the discipline, without talking about the sustainability, it remains something half-baked, half-cooked, unfulfilled. But there is a need to understand the meaning of sustainability from a different viewpoint, particularly to commerce students. Often we talk about sustainability and we say that sustainability is something that we use today and let it remain for future generations. Very convenient definition of sustainability. But this what is our meaning of sustainability, this what we intend to achieve. And the primal flaw I find in this meaning, where it is said that use today and live for tomorrow, is sustainability primarily driven by the idea of consumption, or it is something beyond that? And when I see this something beyond that, then I find a couple of issues needs to be flagged. And first is for commerce students that there is a defective accounting. And when I say that there is defective accounting and how it is concerned with the issue of sustainability, have you heard the name of Milton Friedman? The students? नाम सुना है मिल्टन फ्रीडमैन का? अरे हाँ ना कुछ तो बोलो यार, नहीं सुना ना? जो नहीं जानते तो सुखी हो, जितना आदमी जानता है उतने दुखी होता है. Milton Friedman is Nobel laureate. In 1970, he said that there is only one social responsibility of business, that is to earn profit. And he was awarded Nobel Prize. When I look at the work of Milton Friedman and bring a critical perspective and see that where the accounting has gone wrong and not accounting for sustainability, then I find that our accounts, books of accounts, talking about profit, talking about cost, but what organizations they are supposed to do so far as sustainability is concerned, that is not placed there in the books of accounts. Your college has done rainwater harvesting. Your college has done something to generate non-conventional energy. But this is not placed there in the books of accounts of this college. The cost which college has incurred for rainwater harvesting plant or power solar power plant, that is there in the books of accounts. But the benefits are not recorded in the books of account. So which sustainability we are talking about? Will sustainability will remain a rhetoric? It will remain a slogan? Or as a commerce student, we will think in terms of bringing this sustainability in our thinking. We have recently started sustainability reporting. Is this what is required for a commerce student? कि कर दिया और काम खत्म हो गया. When I went for my graduation from my small village, so I had only 2 shirts. And for 3 years, 2 shirts were good enough for me. I never thought of buying the 3rd shirt. There was no money also. But today, the wardrobe is filled with attire. But whenever I go to some shop or mall, तो लगता है कि ये वाली शर्ट जो है ये पहनने में बड़ा अच्छा लगेगा. तो मेरी ज़रूरत से डिसाइडेड नहीं है, बाजार डिसाइड कर रहा है. So if market is deciding my demands, the supply side economics, the supply is creating its own demand. Which sustainability we are talking about? I will keep on buying attires after attires, keep on adding gadgets after gadgets, and at the end, I'll be boasting that the sustainability must be practiced so that I can go for creating something which would be useful for next generations. So therefore, there is need to revisit that whatever organizations are doing their doings, are they impacting what we are saying the ESG? Are they impacting what will happen tomorrow? One of the estimates of the IMF, the International Monetary Funds, that says that whatever accountants they have called as externalities to the organizations. Externalities, Doctor, which is not included there in the books of accounts. If it is included, then the profit of the organization in 1 year, all the organizations together in 1 year, that will come down by $2,500 trillion. But we have inflated it because books of accounts have no scope. As a commerce teacher, I say कि सिर्फ monetary चीजें रिकॉर्ड की जा सकती हैं. ये हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट और कन्वेंशन में बताया जाता है. So if we are not placing sustainability there in our books of accounts, which sustainability we are talking about? The other thing which needs to be thought of, that is this placement of accounting year after year, what we do in the name of going concern concept. Going concern तो पता ना बेटा क्या होता है बताओ?
It assumes that business will continue.
And what is impact of that on books of accounts? स्टॉक प्राइसेस को, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को किस पे मेजर करते हो, वैल्यू करते हो? whichever the market price and the historical cost, whichever is less. यहीं पे खत्म हो गया going concern concept. If we are talking about the sustainability, the meaning of or the application of the going concern concept, it needs to be expanded and extended. How? That whatever I'm doing, is it going to make me and my society, my consumers, my country around to survive for a longer period of time or not? I will give one example. In 1950s, USSR, Soviet Russia, thought to help farmers to increase cotton, production of cotton. And for that, they diverted the RLC water in deserts of USSR. People were happy. The farmers are being helped by the government. There is diversion of water. And कपास का जो production था, many-fold, skyrocketed. But in next 50 years, that RLC started vanishing. And what ecosystem government had created for diversion of the water and increase the production of the cotton, that went detrimental. And sorry, a new desert was created. So is going concern concept in books of accounts and in our mind is actually practice in the real sense of the term, or just like that because some concepts and conventions are there without thinking that what is the future import, not confined only to the valuation of the assets. That needs to be thought of if we are talking about this sustainability to stay. In Mahabharata, there was a king called Yayati. Yayati was cursed by a rishi for some wrongdoings. He was cursed that very soon you will reach to your old age. So from very soon, from youth, Yayat became old. But he had not been able to enjoy the royalty to the fullest as he intended to. So Yayati went to his sons. He had 5 sons. And requested those sons that please give me some part of your youth. I want to enjoy royalty. No one agreed, but one of the sons, his name was Puru, gave his youth to his father Yayati. And Yayati lived as a youth king for a very long period of time, enjoying the youth of his son. So if you look at the accounting of Yayati, Yayati is one of the kings who survived as a king for a very long period of time. But the question, this is accounting. But the question comes, was he enjoying his youth, his time frame, or he was enjoying the time frame and the youth of somebody else? This what is need to be thought of. That if you are saying that your profit is very high, whose profit on the cost of what? If something is done, making a dent in the environment, the society, the governance, that needs also to be accounted for. And in this direction, there is one thing needs to be thought of, that sustainability, is this the agenda given by somebody else, or this is the agenda which is coming to our mind on our own? When we are talking about the sustainability, what comes in our mind first? SDG. क्या है SDG? Who has given? UN has given. तो क्या यूनाइटेड नेशंस के दिए हुए एजेंडा की सस्टेनेबिलिटी की चर्चा करने के लिए हम लोग बैठे हुए हैं, या सस्टेनेबिलिटी हमारी सोच का हिस्सा है? Have you heard the name of Acharya Chanakya, Kautilya? He talks about sustainability. And in his writing, he says that earth, the money, the wealth, that needs to be created. But the creation of the wealth, it has to be seen in terms of many other things. And one of the popular shlokas, what he says, that sukhasya moolam dharma, dharmasya moolam artha, arthasya moolam rajyam, rajyasya moolam vinayam, vinayasya moolam vruddhopaseva, vriddha sevaya vijnanam, vijnanena atmanam sampadayet, sampaditatma jitatma bhavati, jitatma sarvarthe sanjayet. Meaning thereby, the root of the pleasure lies in action. The action has its roots in money, wealth. The wealth is there with the king. King, who is having the treasury, needs to be very humble and polite. The politeness is gained out of the services of his scholars, enlightened souls. And from the services of his scholars, one knows how to conquer not the world, but to conquer the inner world. How to have control over self. And a self-controlled man is staying for a longer period of time with all wealth intact. So when we are talking about the sustainability, are we thinking in terms of having control in ourselves? Or somebody has said, therefore we will also be talking about some sustainability, some resilience, some inclusion, some papers would be presented, some policy documents would be created, और उसके बाद कल से फिर वही काम शुरू कर देंगे. If it is UN driven agenda, किसी ने और दिया है, so we will not be able to see our image in this sustainability discussion. And I give a very, very popular analogy that the group photograph where your image is not there, कितनी देर देखते हो? फेंक देते हो ना? और ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ में जिसमें तुम्हारी इमेज होती है उसको आगे से पीछे से अलट के पलट के, तो क्या इस सस्टेनेबिलिटी के डिस्कोर्स में हम हैं, हमारी इमेज है, या सिर्फ बुद्धि विलास के लिए हम कर रहे हैं? ये इंटेलेक्चुअल डिस्कशन के लिए कर, यूएन ने इस नाते किया कि उसको कुछ इंटेलेक्चुअलाइज करने को था. So therefore there is a need to give a patience listening and be reflective that what actually sustainability is for, what is meaning of sustainability. And in this direction there is a need to look at another popular phrase in commerce, efficiency. The discussion, the discourse, the meaning of commerce, it is marginalized if efficiency is not talked about. And I think that this is the efficiency which is more unsustainable, which is making sustainable most impractical. How? I will give a couple of examples. Ford, Henry Ford, a great visionary. Henry Ford, using classical principles of management, used to produce cars which used to be of black color only. And the height of arrogance of Henry Ford was that there are the variety of colors available as long as you are buying black. सिर्फ काले रंग की कार डक्सा प्रोड्यूस करता था. Why? To reduce cost. To have lean production system. Japanese, they adopted it. The Juran and Deming, they went to Japan and taught Japanese the lean production system, also known as just-in-time approach. And this just-in-time has brought a lot of efficiency to the organizations. It has reduced the cost. And for decades, we have been talking very high about just-in-time and the lean production system. And these organizations are used to win laurels. But it could not make the provision for just in case, which we realized some 6-7 years back when there was a COVID-19. When the world saw that it is Indonesia which is the highest supplier of semiconductors, वो जस्ट इन टाइम को यूज करके कॉस्ट बहुत कम कर दिया है, पर जो सप्लाई चेन सिस्टम है वो ब्रेक हो गया है कोविड-19 के नाते. अब पूरे दुनिया में सेमीकंडक्टर्स की प्राइस बढ़ गई, ऑटोमोबाइल की प्राइसेस बढ़ गई, मोबाइल फोन्स की प्राइसेस बढ़ गई. Which kind of efficiency we are talking about? Can't we have a system which is efficient at the same time has a capacity to address the casualties, incidences which may occur? And if you look at the history, at the interval of every 10 years, one thing or the other occurs. So if we are not making provision for something which is occurring at the interval of every decade, which efficiency we are talking about? Your creation of the system of efficiency is very inefficient and ineffective, because that is not sustainable. So what the counter options we created, particularly for the semiconductors, those counter options are making our present usage most unsustainable. Therefore, this is also to be thought of. And along with this efficiency, along with this lean production system, there is a need to look at that what standards we are referring to call something as sustainable. And the standards what? That this much carbon emission should be there. This much usage should be there. Are the standards only which would be chasing because somebody has gone for setting these standards, or we will be creating our own standards? You know who started Employees Provident Fund in this world, in the world of corporates? Any guesses? Who started medical facilities for the corporate workers, factory workers? Who thought to have the paid leaves for employees? कौन से देश से शुरू हुआ होगा? तो वाणिज्य के विद्यार्थी हो, इतना तो बोलो भाई। इसी देश से शुरू हुआ था, भारतवर्ष से शुरू हुआ था, जिसकी चर्चा डॉक्टर साहब कर रहे थे कि हमारे वहां क्या है। Tata's they started more than 100 years back. They did not go for looking at the yardstick, the standards. They created their own standards. So when we are talking about the sustainability, when we are talking about the resilience, the another term which is there in your theme, resilience means what? That you will be bouncing back, coming back, getting recoiled. This is what is the definition of the resilience? Is this what we are looking for, that bouncing back? You never bounce back to your original. I will narrate another story for you. That there was a very energetic boy who was so energetic, he was not able to understand where to use the energy. So often he used to hurt others. And when his father or some elder used to say, but ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, तो कहता था, I'm sorry. तो उसके फादर ने एक तरीका ढूंढा उसके एनर्जी को कंटेन और डिसिपेट करने के लिए। एक दिन ऑफिस जाते हुए उसके फादर ने उसको बहुत सारा कील दिया और एक हैमर दिया और बोला कि ये जितने नेल्स हैं इनको इस हैमर का, हथौड़े का इस्तेमाल करके दीवार में लगाओ। तो बॉय वॉज वेरी हैप्पी। उसने एक एक करके सारे नेल्स दीवार में लगा दिए। And when father came back in the evening, happily the son goes to father and says that, look what I have done. I have obeyed your orders. Father said, very good, bravo, keep it up. Next morning, when father was again going to office, he gave his son a plier. और इस बार कहा कि जितने तुमने कीले अंदर लगाई हुई हैं उसको निकालो। The young chap got something to do, so he started taking out nails. And by evening, he was able to take out all the nails. When late evening his father came, again this man reaches to his father and says that, see, I have been able to successfully do this also. Father ने कहा, very good, चलो देखते हैं। तो बच्चे ने आके उस दीवार पे दिखाया जहां से उसने सारी कीलें निकाली हुई थी। तो पिता ने कहा, बहुत अच्छा काम किया तुमने, पर बेटा तुमने कीलें तो निकाल दी हैं, पर उनके दाग और धब्बे अभी भी पड़े हुए हैं। तो जब तुम किसी को हर्ट करते हो और उसके बाद सॉरी बोल देते हो, तो ऐसा लगता है कि कील निकाल दिया तुमने, पर कील निकलती नहीं है, उसके स्कार्स रह जाते हैं। So therefore there is a need to think in terms of this, that resilience, what we are talking about, sustainability, what we are talking about, we will never be able to reach back, recoil, because situation has changed. COVID-19 has gone for creating a lot of abnormalities. And now we think that we are back to normal. Are we back to the original normal where we started? Today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. If tomorrow I say that I'm back to yesterday, I will never be back to yesterday. So resilience is something, a very dynamic concept. And this dynamic concept is to be seen not with a static mindset. It is to be seen that when something new occurs, this resilience is it taking us to new heights, where we are able to address, where we are able to accommodate what is the requirement of the newer things, or we are simply looking at the wall where the nails are put and the nails are taken out. If mechanically nails are put and the nails are taken out, we will not be able to attain resilience, because the standards what we are referring, those standards are changing every moment. Take the example of Tatas I gave you. Take the example of Eklavya, one of the finest characters there in Mahabharata, who is denied the royal education, but he finds that guru who has something, the skills of the archery which others are not having. So he creates his own standard, which is not mentioned before. He creates the statue of a guru who is epitomizing archery and learns from that statue the art of archery. Are we able to create our own standards as Eklavya has gone for creating? Or we would be only becoming Arjun, where something would be spoon fed and then only we will say that we are the best archer. Therefore, these are the few things off the cuff which I want you to deliberate. And I'm sure that in 2 days' time, you would not be only looking at the definitions given by somebody, not looking at the measurement of what the sustainability issues or resilience are talking about. The third aspect, the inclusion. That is also very popular. A lot of researches and works are going in and around inclusivity. What is the meaning of inclusion? Taking everybody along. Is this what is the inclusion? Can it be achieved? Government couple of years back introduced Janadhan Yojana, where we went for opening millions of accounts. Does it mean that we have been able to include all sections of the society? Answer is no. One of the reports of the World Bank says that if India is able to narrow the gap between genders, males and females, the GDP will increase by 27 times. If Janadhan has been able to address this gender gap and has been the epitome of inclusion, then by this time the GDP would have reached to somewhere else. But there is a need to understand that not only accounting, reflecting, being the change what we want. And there, as Dakshav has given the example of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, I will also end with the story, re-narrating the story of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the popular story. The Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi is being detrained despite having a valid, genuine first class ticket. ये कहानी तो तुम्हें पता है ना? पता है कि नहीं? क्या है कहानी? साउथ अफ्रीका में. उसके आगे के 3 दिन की कहानी मैं सुनाता हूं, जो मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी ने अपनी किताब माय एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विद ट्रुथ में लिखा है. मैरियटबर्ग स्टेशन पे गांधी जी को डिट्रेन कर दिया गया. नेक्स्ट डे, उस रात गांधी जी रुके, अगले शाम को गांधी जी गोज फ्रॉम मैरियटबर्ग टू चार्ल्सडाउन, एंड फ्रॉम चार्ल्सडाउन Gandhi takes bus, stage carrier, to reach to Johannesburg. He has bought a ticket of that bus, but one of the English conductor which was sitting inside, उसने कहा तू बाहर बैठ, तू ड्राइवर के साथ बैठेगा, जहां पे ड्राइवर और क्लीनर बैठते वहां तू बैठेगा. गांधी ने कहा कि भाई मेरे पास तो टिकट है. बोला ना, बाहर जा. At 3 morning, bus is flying, at 3 morning, the same conductor comes there in driver's cabin and tells that sit down. एक गंदी सी दरी या चादर था नीचे बिछा दिया, बोला इस पे बैठ जा, मैं सिगरेट पीऊंगा. एंड मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी रेजिस्ट कि भाई तुमने मुझे अंदर नहीं बैठने दिया, मैंने कुछ नहीं कहा, लेकिन इस गंदी सीट पे नहीं बैठूंगा, मैं नीचे नहीं बैठूंगा क्योंकि तुम्हें सिगरेट पीना, मैं यहीं बैठूंगा. एंड गांधी हैड ब्लोस. गांधी इज बैडली बीटन बाय दैट कंडक्टर. Passengers, they intervene somehow. The journey gets over. From Johannesburg, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi has to go to Pretoria after 2-3 days. एक आदमी जिसके पास फर्स्ट क्लास का टिकट है डिट्रेन कर दिया गया. एक आदमी जिसके पास बस का टिकट है उसकी पिटाई हुई. जब जोहानिसबर्ग से प्रिटोरिया जाना है तो ये जिद्दी आदमी कहता है कि मैं अब फिर से फर्स्ट क्लास की टिकट पे ही जाऊंगा. एंड गोज टू रेलवे क्लर्क एंड टेल्स दैट गिव मी फर्स्ट क्लास टिकट. रेलवे क्लर्क कहता है कि भाई मैं दे तो दूंगा, लेकिन अगर टीटीई तुम्हें बाद में परेशान करेगा तो मेरा नाम मत लेना, ये वहां से ट्रेवल करना तुम्हारी जिम्मेदारी होगी. गांधी राइट्स दैट एक्चुअली व्हाई आई डिसाइडेड सो दैट इफ द railway clerk says that he will not give this ticket to me, then I will sue the railway company. And if he gives, then again I will attempt to go in first class compartment. And Gandhi from Johannesburg to Pretoria goes in first class compartment. This is resilience. Gandhi writes that when at Maritzburg, when I was detrained, I had 2 options: to go back to my country, go back to India. But he said that if barrister like me will decide to go back to India, who will stand for others? This what is resilience, this what is sustainability. So therefore the sustainability is not to be made only as the intellectual discourse. Sustainability is something which we need to be living. There is no need to become sustainable. There is a need to be sustainable. I wish your conference all success. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Your insightful and enriching address, your words have truly added great value to this inaugural session. May I request everyone to give a big round of applause for sir. Now, as we move toward the conclusion of this inaugural session, it is my privilege to invite our conference convener, Mr. Rajendra Singh, sir, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Again, good morning, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt vote of thanks to all of those who have contributed to the successful inaugurations of the ICSRD 2026 conference. I express my sincere gratitude to our respected dignitaries and esteemed speakers for gracing the occasion and sharing their valuable insights. Your presence has truly elevated this event. I would like to thank our respected principal, sir, faculty members and organizing team for their constant guidance, support and dedication in making this conference reality. A special thanks to all the participants for your enthusiastic presence and active involvement. Your participation adds meaning and success to this conference. Lastly, I extend my appreciation to the technical and support staff for their seamless coordination and efforts behind the scenes. With this, we conclude the inaugural sessions and look forward to an engaging and insightful conference ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for extending vote of thanks on the behalf of organizing team. Now I request everyone to raise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे सब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you so much. It's a group photo.